This is Mrs. Earle's class, Skyping.
Bragging to the prettiest bird, saying, "I'm handsomer than all of you." Eagle challenged him to a flying race, thinking that he could make Pip sad and everyone would cheer for him. Pip couldn't accept the challenge because he had a deep secret that he had never told anyone else. He actually didn't know how to fly. He needed a teacher sooner, he wouldn't be able to win the race. Pip found a teacher named Mr. Weiser, who was an owl who could fly very well. He traveled far and wide to teach flying lessons all over the world. He could even speak in 5 different languages.
A little closer?
Wait, you can't see. There you go.
Oh, wow. Mr. Weisner.
Right back up then.
What an elegant owl.
Okay, class, said Mr. Weiser. Today we will be learning diving and slow flying techniques. Pip thought he knew all the techniques. It's just that he was afraid to try them. Pip raised his hand and said, "I don't want to try them." Mr. Weiser wanted Pip to try anyway, so he asked him to join him in another group led by Mrs. Proser, a magnificent robin.
Mm. Oh, yeah. Oh, great drawing.
Pip thought he looked nice and thought she might be able to understand his fearful feelings of not being able to fly. Mrs. Proser demonstrated to her group diving and slow flying techniques. They all copied her, even Pip. They were able to get 2 feet off the ground, and that's all they could do.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
The lessons grew harder. Today we will learn how to break a fall, said Mrs. Proser. First, flap your wings as hard as you can when you're falling, and flutter gently until you land on the ground. Pip was mostly afraid of falling, but he wanted to demonstrate, so he raised his hand and asked if he could show the group his talented way of flying. So, Pip leaped off the branch he was on and tumbled down like a comet. He flapped as hard as he could and hovered in one place. Then he flapped his wings ever so gently and he landed like a feather on the ground.
Oh, nice then.
Here are the steps.
Oh, great. Look at that. That's good drawings.
Class was dismissed and Pip felt like he was ready for Eagle's challenge. He practiced for several weeks and finally the big day came for the race. The night before the race he couldn't sleep because he was thinking so hard about whether he would win or lose.
Oh, good picture.
The race started at 8 o'clock in the morning. Pip was pushed to the end of the starting line and the referee shouted, 1, 2, 3, go! The race was on. Eagle nudged Pip so that his body swerved to the side and hit the ground. Pip leaped back into the air and was back in the race again. He flew to the side a few feet away from the eagle and came back at him so fast it became a blur. The eagle was knocked onto a nearby tree. His wing was broken, but he tried to fly back, but only managed to get up a few feet under the wings of Pip.
Oh, cool.
Look at that. That's
Flying.
Pip could hear the crowd going wild below cheering for him to win. Pip touched the finish line first and Eagle followed second. Pip was raised up off the ground by the crowd and everyone was shouting his name. It was at that moment that Pip realized his beauty was not as important as his actions were. Pip became a famous flyer and taught class to others from that time on. He no longer felt like he needed to brag and he had conquered his fear of flying.
Aww.
there he is. So if I want to take flying lessons, how do I get in contact with Pip? Oh, nice. That's really cool on the iPad like that.
Okay, Ryan. We're a little